You know that feeling that you have a closet full of clothes but still feel like something's missing to make your look more elegant and sophisticated? I've been through this so many times. And do you know what solution I discovered? Scarves. But not just any way of wearing them. Today I'm going to show you 6 incredible tricks for wearing scarves after 50 and looking truly rich and sophisticated. And look, the last trick I'm going to tell you is so brilliant that it will completely revolutionize how you see scarves in your wardrobe. So stay with me until the end, because you won't want to miss this. First trick, tie around the neck with a short side knot. Let's start with a classic that never goes out of style, but that many people do wrong. The scarf around the neck with a short side knot is one of the most elegant ways to wear this accessory, but there's a whole secret behind it. You know what happens when you tie the scarf in the middle of your neck? It gets that very proper, very well-behaved thing, and sometimes even a bit old-fashioned. The secret is precisely in making this side knot. When you position the knot to one side, you create a super interesting asymmetry that makes the look much more modern and sophisticated. The first tip is to choose the right side. If you have your hair parted on the right side, make the knot on the left side. This creates an incredible visual balance. And if you wear earrings, opt for the side where the earring is more visible. The scarf will complement, not compete. To make the perfect knot, fold the scarf diagonally, then fold again until it forms a strip about 5 centimeters wide. Pass it around your neck, leaving one end longer than the other, and make a simple knot right to the side. The longer end should fall naturally. And here's another precious tip. Leave the loose ends at different lengths. One can be at chest height and the other a little shorter. This gives a supernatural and elegant movement. If you're enjoying these tips, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. There's much more content about fashion and style coming, and I want to help you discover your best style after 50. Second trick, wear tied at the waist over a blazer. Now comes a tip I discovered by accident, and that became my favorite. Using the scarf as a belt over a blazer is brilliant because it solves 2 problems at once. First, it defines the waist. You know how it is, right? Sometimes the blazer looks kind of straight on the body with no shape at all. When you tie a scarf at the waist, you automatically create this definition that makes the silhouette much more feminine and elegant. Second, it adds color and texture to the look. Imagine you in a black blazer with black pants, super elegant but can look a bit bland. Then you put a colorful scarf at the waist and voila! The look gained life and personality. The secret is in choosing the scarf and how to tie it. Use silk scarves or ones with a more fluid texture, nothing too thick. The ideal size is a medium scarf, about 70 by 70 centimeters. Fold it diagonally, and then several times until it forms a fabric rope. Pass it over the blazer at the natural waistline and make a side knot. You can leave the ends hanging or make a discreet bow. Depends on your style. If you're more classic, go with the bow. If you prefer a more relaxed look, leave the ends loose. And if you ask me what color to choose, I'd say if the blazer is neutral, you can dare with the scarf color. If the blazer already has color, choose a scarf that dialogues with the palette, but without competing. Are you identifying with these style tips? A simple like makes all the difference. This way we can increase the reach of this video and bring these transformations to more special women like you. Your support is so valuable. Third trick, use as a headband with hair down. This one is one of my favorites because it's super practical and at the same time, super chic. The scarf headband is perfect for those days when you want a more put together look, but without much effort. The most common mistake I see is wearing the scarf too tight or too loose. When it's too tight, it marks the forehead and gives that kind of forced appearance. When it's too loose, it slips and looks messy. The secret is in the middle ground. To do it right, start by folding the scarf into a strip about 4 to 5 centimeters wide. Position it at the hairline, roughly at the height where the strands begin, not too high on the forehead. Pass it behind the ears and tie at the nape with a double knot so it doesn't slip. Now comes the most important part, the hair. Leave it natural and loose. If you have wavy hair, perfect. If you have straight hair, you can give it a slight wave at the ends with a curling iron. The goal is to create volume and movement because the headband works as a frame for the face. And here's a styling tip that makes all the difference. Gently pull out some front strands to create that undone effect that's super trendy. It's not supposed to be smooth and perfect like you just left the salon. It's supposed to have that chic naturalness. Now tell me in the comments, have you tried using a scarf as a hair headband? How was the experience? I love knowing how you adapt these tips. Fourth trick, tie on the bag handle. This trick here is pure sophistication. And the best part is that it's super easy to do and completely transforms any basic bag into a luxury accessory. You know that basic black bag everyone has? Or that brown bag you've been using for years? With a scarf tied on the handle, it becomes a completely different piece, much more interesting and personal. The secret is in choosing the scarf and how to tie it. For structured bags, like leather ones, prefer silk or chiffon scarves, which create a beautiful contrast between the rigidity of the bag and the fluidity of the fabric. For more casual bags, you can dare with scarves with different textures. The way you tie it also matters a lot. The most classic way is to make a simple bow on one of the handles, letting the ends fall naturally. But you can also tie on both handles, creating like a small flag in the middle. There's an important technical detail. If your bag has a chain handle, tie the scarf where the chain connects to the bag, not on the chain itself. It looks much more elegant and doesn't damage either the scarf or the chain. And here's an extra tip I discovered. Coordinate the scarf with some element of your look. If you're wearing blue earrings, choose a scarf that has blue in the pattern. If you're wearing red shoes, you can repeat the red in the scarf. This creates incredible visual harmony. Guys, if you're enjoying these tips, don't forget to like. This helps me a lot to continue bringing quality content to you. And look, there are still 2 more amazing tips coming. Fifth trick, use as a short cape over the shoulders. Now let's go to a trick that's pure European elegance. Using this scarf as a small cape over the shoulders is sophistication at maximum level, and I'm going to teach you how to do this without looking like you're in costume or forcing it. The first step is choosing the right scarf. For this trick to work, you need a large scarf, at least 90 by 90 centimeters, and preferably made of a fabric that has drape like silk, modal, or viscose. Very stiff or synthetic scarves won't work because they won't have that natural movement we want. The technique is simpler than it seems. Open the scarf completely and fold once diagonally, forming a triangle. The point of the triangle will be on your back, and the 2 side points will be in front. Position it so it's balanced on both shoulders. Now comes the secret. Don't tie anything. Simply let the front ends fall naturally. If you tie it, it will look like you're wearing a grandma's shawl, and that's not what we want. The idea is that it looks like you naturally threw the scarf over your shoulders. This style works wonderfully over a basic blouse, whether short or long-sleeved. With dresses, it also looks beautiful, especially knit or more structured dresses. Avoid wearing over very voluminous blouses because it will have too much fabric accumulated. And here's a posture tip that makes all the difference. Keep your shoulders relaxed and neck elongated. The scarf cape asks for elegant posture, so no hunched shoulders forward. Have you tried wearing a scarf like this? Tell me in the comments how it went. I'm curious to know if you feel comfortable with this style or if you prefer something more discreet. Sixth trick, use the scarf as a blouse. And we've reached the last trick, which I promised would be special. And it's no lie. Using the scarf as a blouse is a technique that came straight from international runways and that you can perfectly adapt for everyday wear. I know you must be thinking, but how so scarf as a blouse? Won't this be too revealing? Calm down. I'm going to explain exactly how to do this in a super elegant and appropriate way. First, you'll need a large scarf, at least 110 by 110 centimeters. Silk is ideal, but crepe or chiffon also work. The secret is all in the tying and the base you'll use underneath. The simplest technique is as follows. Fold the scarf diagonally, forming a triangle. Tie the 2 ends of the larger side behind your neck like a top. The other 2 ends you'll tie behind your back at waist height. Underneath, wear a basic top and skin color or a basic tight t-shirt in the same color as the scarf. But there's another even more sophisticated way. You can use the scarf as a wrap blouse. Position the scarf on your back, bring the upper ends forward, passing over your shoulders, cross in front like a wrap, and tie behind at the waist. It's like you're wearing a tie blouse, only made of scarf. The result is a unique, sophisticated look that no one else will have like yours. Combined with tailored pants, with a pencil skirt, or even with jeans for a more casual, chic look. And the coolest thing of all is that you can have several different blouses depending on the scarves you have. A floral scarf becomes a romantic blouse. A geometric scarf becomes a more modern piece. A scarf in neutral tones becomes a classic blouse. Guys, we've reached the end of our 6 incredible tips for wearing scarves and looking rich and sophisticated. And look, if you made it this far, congratulations! because only a woman who really values and loves herself makes it to the end. But don't stop here, okay? Because right here next to this, there's a video that's simply essential for you who want to continue this transformation in your style, your image, and especially your self-esteem. And I also left an incredible playlist full of videos that will guide you on this path for you to learn once and for all how to dress like an elegant, sophisticated, confident woman. And yes, with that chic woman air every day, anywhere. Click now. I'll wait for you there. And I promise, you'll leave there feeling simply incredible. See you in the next video.